And maybe the pastor is turning a phrase, kind of going into a new topic. We really want to kind of support that, make sure people are sort of feeling it, paying attention. So there's the twist. Maybe we're wrapping it up, so we're going to go back to home base, 1. If you're new to playing worship piano, you've probably focused most of your energy so far on learning worship songs. But when you play at church with your worship team, you're not just playing songs, you're also going to be expected to play underneath people who are praying, speaking, exhorting, taking up the offering. And you might not have a song to play in those moments at all. It's something that worship piano players are asked to do all the time, and it can be super intimidating when you're put on the spot, but it doesn't have to be scary. In fact, some of the most satisfying moments in the worship team can be these little moments of just supporting someone who's praying and encouraging your congregation. It's a technique called underscoring, and it's easy to prepare and execute for those moments when you're on stage, so you don't have to be scared. In this video, I'm going to teach you a simple riff that you can use for any time you need to play underneath your pastor and sound great. Let's get right into it. I'm going to play the riff at full speed, and then we'll slow it down and I'll walk you through what I'm doing so you can follow along and learn for yourself. I'm just using a simple upright piano sound and a nice warm pad. All the sounds in today's video are coming from my iPad running the Sunday Keys app. So the keyboard in front of me is not making the sound, it's just a controller telling the iPad app what I want to do. So a piano and a pad sound. You'll hear it in just a second. Let's dive into this underscoring technique. So it's a really beautiful melodic riff in the right hand and simple changes in the left of just playing bass notes. Let's break this down note by note. So to start off with, I'm just playing octave C bass notes like this. And then I'm letting the right hand carry that riff while I just hold down the left hand. So the left hand is doing this the entire time, and here's what the right hand plays over the top. This little riff goes like this: G, C, high C, F, C, high C again, E, C, high C again, and then back to F, C, high C again. And that's it, it just repeats. So I'll play it one more time, really slow, so you can follow along. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it repeats. G, C, 3, 4. Let's play it a little faster. 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3. A little faster, one more time. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4. And then you can end by just playing C and G together at the same time. You could even add a low one if you wanted to. So G, C, G. So that's it. Even with no movement in the left hand at all, you could play for 1 or 2 minutes underneath a prayer, an altar call, or a moment of transition at your church. And as long as you're sensitive to what is being said or prayed, you're not going to stand out or distract. Instead, you're going to be enhancing and supporting the ministry that's happening during that time. Now, let's add in a little bit of interest. Sometimes if you're playing for an extended prayer or time of ministry, if you play the same thing for too long, it can start to feel stale. Not just for you, but for people in your congregation. So I'm going to teach you a simple change. It doesn't require you to do anything at all different in the right hand, but I want to play it for you and I want you to feel how it changes the atmosphere. Check this out. So we're starting off with our original riff. I'm gonna make one simple change. I'm just gonna play different bass notes. In my left hand, the riff is gonna stay the exact same in my right. But hear how different that feels? Going back home. So my right hand riff stayed exactly the same, absolutely nothing changed. But the left hand playing different bass notes can really have a whole different feel. This is great if you're gonna be playing for more than a minute or two. You wanna be able to follow or go somewhere as someone is speaking or praying. And each different bass note in the key that you're playing is going to have a different feel. So the one chord, C, feels like home. And if we go to F, it feels just still pretty homey, but it's definitely not all the way resolved. And we could also go up to A octaves. That's sort of implying an A minor chord. That'd be the minor 6 chord in the key of C. And that's going to feel a little bit more sober, a little bit more somber. There's going to be some tension there, and that can be really effective if your pastor is talking about people who are dealing with suffering or grief or loss or pain. You could mirror that musically by going to the minor 6 chord and keeping that right hand riff exactly the same. It feels totally different. And then if we wanted to build a little tension, we could go to G bass notes. That's the 5 chord. And it's going to be a little bit of a suspended feel because of the way that right hand riff sets against the bass notes. So let me play from the 6, the minor sort of feel. And I'm going to go A, that's my minor, and then G. And you're going to feel this sort of, they've got to go somewhere. And it's going to push us all the way back to our original C. That's the home chord, the 1 chord in the key of C. So 6, A minor, 5, G, and then down home to the C, the 1 chord. And if we feel like the pastor's getting close to wrapping up, here we are on G. And we're not quite home, but we definitely want to get there. That's how it feels. And then home to the C. Really satisfying, really warm, simple, familiar, safe. And so much of underscoring is about how it feels, what's happening in the room. You got to pay attention not just to what the pastor is saying, but how your congregation is responding. Sometimes you can provide just the right amount of support to help them really engage with the message. And that's what we're really trying to do when we're underscoring from the piano. Okay, are you ready for the twist? This is set up to be a little bit of a challenge. So you might think, oh man, this is intimidating, but don't worry, you can do it. It's just gonna take a little bit of practice. I wanna teach you a spin on what I just taught you that I like to call sort of the Chris Martin Coldplay twist. I'm gonna play it for you, and if you know the band Coldplay, you're gonna know what I mean. Check this out. So here's the original riff. And here comes the twist. Ready? Do it again. Ooh, so much tension, but it's still beautiful. And then we can go right back home. So let me walk you through it. There's some difficulty here. It's going to be a challenge because instead of just playing octave bass notes in the left hand, we're now playing 2-note chords. So I'm going to start there. I'm just going to play a simple C in the right hand so that you can hear what the left hand is doing. So we start off by playing 2 notes. This is a flat 7 chord. So it's a B flat chord. We're playing B flat, and F. And over C, it sounds like this. Then we're playing A and F. So this is sort of an F chord, but we're putting an A in the bass. Then we're taking that down to an A flat, and still keeping that F. And then we're playing G and E. So it's hinting at a C chord, or it could be an E minor, but it's open. There's sort of some space there. And that's really where the beauty is. There's enough space in that left hand for the right hand to fill in all of that tension. So one more time, B flat and F, A and F, A flat and F, and just keep walking it down, G and E, 3, 4, B flat and F, going down to A and F, A flat and F, great job. One more, G and E. And then we can go back home to that C octave. Okay, you still with me? Keep going, you're gonna get this. So next we're gonna add that right hand riff back in. But because the left hand is doing some weird stuff now melodically, we also have to modify that right hand riff in one strategic place. But don't stress out. If you've been playing the right hand riff, no problems so far, you're gonna be able to get this as well. I'm gonna play it really slow so you can follow along. The first bit is exactly the same. That's the good news. So right here, that's exactly the same. So F, C, high C. And then when we hit this A flat and F, instead of going down to the E, we're gonna stay on F. So we're just gonna repeat ourselves. That's the change. So, and then we're gonna go down to that E. So we really just delay the riff by adding that extra little repetition. And then it goes E, C, E. So again, G, in the right hand, F, and then repeat that. And that's because this chord is beautiful and full of tension. It really wants resolution for the listener. And then we resolve by going, so. All right, so here it is one more time. Stay there, and then we're going down. And then let's go back to the original riff, where we came from. So then we are going to go straight to that E, right? This is our original riff. And let's mix it up. Here comes the twist. Twist one more time. Very nice. We're going to stay here, walking it down. Let's go back to the original riff, but we want to be a little bit minor. So we're going to play our A minor. Let's go to the 4 chord, F. And maybe the pastor is turning a phrase, kind of going into a new topic. We really want to kind of support that, make sure people are sort of feeling it, paying attention. So there's the twist. Maybe we're wrapping it up. So we're going to go back to home bass, 1, the C chord. And then we can go land right there on C. Did you get all that? Did you follow along? If not, if you need to practice a little bit more, just back the video up. You can play it at half speed if you need to, but I believe that you can do it. If you had the first half of this video down, then the second half is only 1 or 2 finger positions away. So I'd encourage you to give the challenge some time and then leave a comment and let us know if you figured out how to nail it for yourself. If you're new to underscoring, new to worship piano, I just want to take a second to encourage you. You're bringing something of excellence to your worship team. So don't give up, keep going. And we have more resources to help you become a more skilled and confident worship piano player. We've put together a playlist of our best videos designed to help you level up your skills. That's linked in the description of this video. And like I said earlier on, all of the sounds you're hearing, that beautiful piano and pad in this video, they're not coming from this keyboard that I'm playing. My keyboard is connected to the Sunday Keys app running on my iPad, and that gives you those beautiful sounds. So it's parts and sounds together that can really change the atmosphere. We'll put a link in the description so you can learn more about this app as well if you'd like to check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and have a great day.